What's going on, boys? It's Salted Neos here with, of course, because it's me, another Neos profile. A Neos profile I'm disappointed to be making, but I made a promise to myself that if a different build of the deck does well, then I'm gonna profile it. Much as I absolutely hate what I did. But we're just gonna get right into it and see why I'm suffering today. There's more changes than the inevitable one that the title dragged you in here for, so let's just start with the rest, shall we? We got 2 copies of Elemental Hero Neos. Yeah, shocker, I know. It's not like that's changed in any other profile. It's the ideal ratio. Uh, yeah, not much really else to say. You can run 3 if you want, especially with the big change that's probably going to be notable. But I still found that it's just better to have 2 and not have it clog. We got the 1 backjack. It's the same as always. It's your Brave Neos target that ends up getting you normal traps. There's not as many of them now as there used to be, but there's still very good reason to want to send this instead of anything else. You may as well still try and get the advantage off of it. And the first big change is right here. Instead of 1, it's now 2 Rainbow Dragons. So, what I've noticed is that this deck has a huge problem of if it has no monsters, it just straight up fucking loses because it can't get another one. So here we are, two copies of Rainbow Dragon to get the big boss twice. Okay, and we are off to the hand traps already. That's all you need for the NES Fusion engine. We have our 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Yeah, shocker, I know. 3 of the hand trap that's used in everything. Wow, I actually screwed up the sorting on this badly. So finish the hand traps, I guess. 3 effect failure. Just good hand trap. You could probably replace it with Skullmeister right now with how the format is, but I don't think there's enough of it locally to justify it. And because I managed to screw this up somehow in the ordering, the 3 Keeper of Dragon Magic that usually search Neos Fusion. And Revive Neos. Very important, I always point that out, because it's an important effect that it's not always known. Spells! There's more than 6 for once! Shocker, I know. Yeah, I know, the title didn't spoil it or anything. 3 of best card in the deck. Not much else to say. This summons your monsters. And this usually is how you win. 99.999% of the time. 3 Pot of Extravagance. You still only have 2 extra deck monsters you can usually go into. So there's no reason to not be running this. Even if my extra deck is very changed because of Dogmatica being in format. And, here's the part that makes me groan about having to post this as a profile. 2 Mystic Mine. KONAMI, fucking ban this, please. There's no reason this card should exist. Ugh. Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know what this piece of cancer does, basically if you have less monsters than your opponent, they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! At least with monsters, they can't attack, they can't use effects. Why is this a fucking card? And if you're wondering if I hate it so much why I'm running it, I kind of have to because my deck can't get a monster out. KONAMI, can you please give my deck some support that doesn't fucking blow? Thanks. And because Mystic Mine wasn't enough, 2 copies is not going to get you through a game, we have 3 Demise of the Land to go into it if they special summon at all. And then one Metaverse, because the same thing, except this one is dumb because Backjack can find it. And if Backjack finds it, your opponent's going to fucking rage. And on to the traps. The part of this deck that is so known for at this point. 3 Trap Trick. I wish I could find more secrets of it, because this thing is fucking gorgeous. But anyway, there's not as many normal traps as there used to, but the normal traps that are in here, you still want to have access to. And if Backjack finds this, it's just like finding any of the traps except for Metaverse, because Metaverse is limited, because fucking Mystic Mine has to exist. Anyway, 3 Imperm, Hand Trap, and just something else for Trap Trick to grab, really. There's no Lost Wind anymore, because this thing basically does Lost Wind better. And I don't need 6 spot negations. Coming back was nice, but I just found it wasn't doing enough. It doesn't have enough of an impact to justify continuing to play it. Instead, we have the amazing trap that I can now afford thanks to the Megatins. 3 Ice Dragon's Prison. This card is nuts. So, target something in the opponent's grave, revive it. Then if the type of that monster matches something on their field, it banishes both of them. Amazing removal, and it can also just keep you alive, which is the thing this deck sucks ass at doing. Glad this thing's reasonably priced now. And to round off the normal traps, 3 Artifact Sanctum, 1 Scythe, obviously, because it has to be in there. Figured I'd just save it to now. Sanctum just summons Scythe, and if Sanctum gets popped, it pops an opponent's card. Or just a card on the field. And then Scythe just No Yu-Gi-Oh! For them. It locks them out of their extra deck. I guess that's the time to mention that Mystic Mine blows itself up if you have the same number of monsters on the field as the opponent. Yeah, they can reasonably get down to 1, but some decks, like apparently Dogmatica, just can't do it. Which is funny, because that literally fixes the issue. And then we have the round off the traps. We have now 3 solid strikes that I'm running instead of one of the other normal traps. And 3 solemn judgment that I was always running because it's stupid. Strike is just there to just help controlling their summons more. It's more just trying to help you out. It's trying to keep control of their summons while also still basically doing what Lost Wind does, except doesn't target, so it makes it a little better. And Judgment's just stupid. Alright, extra deck, and this is also very different from what it used to be. It won't look like it for the first few cards, because, well, we're starting off with 3 Rainbow Neos. I don't know if I've shown this ghost on the profile yet. Oh my god, you can actually see it in this lighting. Perfect. Look at this beauty. But yeah. 3 Rainbow Neos, it's your win con, basically. And now you can summon it twice, which is cool. You normally couldn't do that unless... You normally just couldn't do that in this deck at all. Remove an entire section of the opponent's game from them. That sounds fun. And then we have the Triple Brave Neos. These are at 3 because of Extravagance. If you have, like, Prosperity, you can probably cut them down, though I'd still go 2-2. Because, realistically, you want access to multiples of both for situationally. We have the 1 Verite Anaconda, which is very, very cuttable, honestly. Like, it's so rare for you to have 2 effect monsters, but I guess with IDP it's a little more often, so I guess it's still worth running. I was gonna run 2, but I didn't want to loan it, even though I realistically could have. Now we're on to the extra deck choices that are very, very unique, and don't need to be in here as much. So, we have the 2 Chimera Tech Mega Fleets that solely exist for hitting Cyber Dragon. That is the only reason it's in here, because you're not siding Cyber Dragon. Basically, Infinity plus AMZ monster boards just get outed with this, and because Cyber Dragon is going to be a little more popular with the structure deck, I decided to put these in there as well. And then we have the Dogmatica extra deck slots. We have, there's 4 Dogmatica slots. So, we have one that I had to loan, so I don't own it right now, but it's Predaplant Chimera Rafflesia. Basically, the only thing that matters on it is when it's sent to the grave, it adds a fusion spell during the next standby, so it just searches Neos Fusion if they Maximus, which is cool. Entis, if they Maximus, you pop something. Wind Pegasus, if they blow up something with Entis, you get to shuffle something back. And Omega, which is hilarious, because this thing puts Neos back in the deck to make the 3rd Neos Fusion live. Yeah, very Dogmatica hate-focused extra deck, but there's nothing else to do with these slots that's worth it. Super Poly doesn't do much right now. And the last 2 extra deck slots are the Waken the Dragon targets that I kept in, Last Warrior and Ultimate Falcon. I'm not running Exterio anymore. Even though, realistically, I guess that kind of helps the impossible Sky Striker matchup that seems to exist. Maybe I'll try it next time, I'm not sure. That's if I want to play this stupid cancerous Mystic Mine bullshit again. Side deck, before I have an aneurysm how stupid Mystic Mine is. We have our Triple Lancia. Hits in Dog Invoke very well. Hits Tri-Brigade very well. It's just very good in the format right now. 3 Nibiru, I didn't use this all day. Though there is a solid player locally who is pretty damn good, so I'd probably have it in here solely for him, because I have a 0% win rate on him. And Triple Ghost Spell, also really good in the format. Dog Invoked was something I was targeting, because I just straight up lose to it every time I face it, so very, very catered toward it. We have the 2 Twin, 1 Duster, which I seem to be running in everything. And to round it all off, we have our good old friend Waking the Dragon, our favorite trap trick target for Lightning Storm and Feather Duster. Oh boy, I love this stupid card. But yeah, that's basically it. Konami, ban fucking Mystic Mine, please. And we'll call it a day there. Thanks for watching Neo's Profile a billion. Hopefully it'll be something unique next time. Have to see if I can do well at the locals tomorrow. Have a good day, y'all.